we have now added support for VDBs or volumes in Daz Studio, which is very exciting. This is a new feature of iArray that we are starting to utilize. Now VDB, you can find out more about this format and what it is exactly if you go to openvdb.org, but essentially it's a file format that describes how volumes can be represented. And there are many tools out there for creating VDBs, and you can bring those in, and as I mentioned on openvdb.org, you can go there and you can actually find samples to download and play with if you want. So to set it up in Daz Studio, it's pretty basic. You can load it on any object. If you have a tool for creating VDBs, it might have an option for generating a geometric representation of the volume, and you could load that in. But for this purpose, I'm just going to load a cube. So I'm going to load a primitive. Now before I do anything, I'm going to go in and rename the surface to volume with a capital V, just like that. This will allow it to make the most use of the feature. So now that it's called volume, select that surface in the surfaces pane and apply the shader. Now you'll see that it's asking for a volume file, which we have none yet, so I'll browse to one. And I have downloaded one from openvdb.org. And now we have an explosion. All we have to do to start using it now is just switch this to iArray or render it with iArray, and you will be able to see something. Now I'm just going to get out of the geometry selection tool. Okay, so you can see a little bit what's going on there, but let me just up the density multiplier. Now you can see that I'm getting a volume effect. Now it's clipped to the geometry because I have that option on by default. I'll just go ahead and turn that off, and now you can see we have a cloud. So that's pretty much how it works. From there, we have a very basic shader that we've supplied you. It's called Simple OpenVDB MDL Volume because we don't have a lot of options in here. So someone with a little bit of know-how with Shader Mixer could go in and modify this, add a bunch more features. This is just the basic building block. But if you want to change the colors or whatever, you can go ahead and play with the scattering multiplier and the absorption multiplier to get something that you're looking for. And of course, the density multiplier we already saw. Just to note, the viewport options down here, viewport diffuse color and opacity strength, those are purely for your geometry itself. They don't really matter all that much. They're not going to affect the render at all. They are just for the customer's interaction in the viewport itself. The only other thing I want to mention right now is there's this volume channel property. I can't tell you exactly what should go in there. For now, it's just showing all channels that are inside the file because I don't have anything specified. Some files are going to have channels such as density or temperature or flames or fuel, something like that specified. That's something that you're going to have to look in your source software, wherever you're creating the VDBs, to find out what those volume channels would be. And then you can select those in here simply by typing it in, such as typing in density and hitting enter. And now it'll only utilize the density volume channel. So hopefully this gets you started with VDBs in Daz Studio. Play, experiment, hopefully you can get some really cool stuff from it.